Okay, so the BBC has posted a report about the model Tamara Ecclestone, and she's in the news at the moment because she posted a picture of herself breastfeeding her young daughter, who's almost 3, as I understand it. And it's just provoked a debate over the issue of breastfeeding in public. The problem is, I think that this is a misguided example of the issue at hand. Firstly, my own position on this is a very, very natural thing. I personally have no issue whatsoever with breastfeeding. It is completely natural. Um, it's sometimes necessary if a child is uncomfortable and they need their mother's milk. That's totally natural. So I certainly don't think women should be stigmatized for doing that in public. Um, but I think there's a big difference between doing it because it's bonding between a mother and a child and it's necessary, and exhibitionism, which I think this comes into. In the photograph, Tamara Ecclestone is not looking at her child, she's blatantly looking at the camera. And, people say don't judge, but I take the view that if you put yourself out there, if you make a political statement, then people are going to form opinions and it means you're going to be judged. Um, So in the photograph, she is clearly looking at the camera. That doesn't look to me like a mother who's only interested in bonding with her child. It looks to me like someone who is driven by ego, who's trying to get attention for herself. Also, some people have pointed out that the little girl is almost 3, which is quite late. The breastfeeding now, I don't know anything about the medical side of this, whether it's recommended or not. I know it's certainly unusual. One concern I have, and other people have raised this, is she seems to be paying no regard to her daughter's privacy. It's all very well talking about the rights of the mother, but what about the rights of their children? In other words, when this young girl grows up, that photograph, because her mother's a celebrity, is going to be all over the place. And I would imagine it's going to be, if not humiliating, a bit uncomfortable. So I think Tamara Ecclestone is being a bit selfish. That's how it comes across. I mean, she's looking at the camera. This doesn't look natural. It doesn't look like a mother simply breastfeeding because she has to and bonding with her child. It looks like someone who wants attention. So let me know your thoughts, particularly from female subscribers. I'd like to know: are you a mother? Would what do you think of it? Incidentally, a lot of the comments, most of the comments were from women, and they were generally along those lines. That they support the right to breastfeed, but not in this sort of exhibitionist way. I mean, I certainly don't think women should be shamed for it. As a general situation, that's absurd. It's a totally natural thing, and there are far far stranger and more unnatural things go on in this world that seem to get a pass. Um, so I really don't think women should be shamed for it, but at the same time, the fact that you have a right to do it and the fact that it's necessary to do doesn't mean it should be exhibitionist. So I don't think, it's about just common sense. You wouldn't go onto a busy train and kind of make it very obvious what you're doing. I don't think others should make mothers feel guilty, but at the same time, you're in a public place. Don't make a big thing out of it. Do it. Don't feel guilty about it. It's totally fine. But just don't. It's no different to me than someone talking loudly on their mobile phone. You do have to have some consideration for other people. Now, personally, I'm really, really not offended by it, but I do think that's a valid point. And in this case, I think she's just attention seeking, so I've not much sympathy. I cannot stand people who go out of their way to seek attention. They don't like the criticism, then they play the victim, and that's what she's doing. This is just not a good example of. There is a legitimate issue with women who feel that they are being stigmatized for no other reason than something that's totally natural. This is not a good example of it because she's looking at the camera, she's not looking at her child. So I'll let you form your own judgment, but that's my view. Summed up, I totally support the right for mothers to breastfeed. I think it's totally natural. I don't think women should be shamed for it, but I just don't think it should be exhibitionist. I don't think it should be made into a big issue, and certainly not used as a sort of political thing, like, oh, I'm a proud mother who breastfeeds, look at this and accept it, kind of thing, you know. Just do it. Just get on with it. And if someone makes you feel bad, then that person's a jerk or a jerkess. Sometimes there's other women as well. So let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.